Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Captain's Draft 3.0 presented by Dota Cinema and moonducktv Winners Bracket Finals. The winner of this series, and in particular this game, will move on to the group stages for Captain's Draft 3.0 as we are into our last 3 rounds of the qualifiers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here on moonducktv. We're in compLexity versus Momma's Boys game number 3. Boy, there are a lot of good heroes in the pool, and we'll get to that in just a second. Before we do, guys, of course, my name is Mott. With me today is Pitmuckle, our German god, who is the observer and producer for almost every Moonduck cast that we do. And of course, we also have, on top of that, Grant, famous for his Dr. Pepper Wizard Savagery. Grant, how the hell are you, man?
I'm doing great. Game 3, ready to watch some North American versus European Dota. Only my favorite, because you got all the different angles of who's going to win, I don't even know what I'm saying right now.
I got you. It is pretty nifty. There's a lot of different players, a lot of Europeans. It is North American versus Europe, but there's only 2 North Americans actually in the game, both on compLexity's side. So compLexity is more European than it is North American now, but they're still North American at heart, I guess, to a certain extent.
Yeah, they're all living here for a bit now. They were in the dominated the Shanghai qualifiers. They didn't even just win it; they just dominated those Shanghai North American qualifiers, and they already get Queen of Pain Tusk. They're looking like a CM team right now.
Yeah, this is looking maybe even like last patch. You don't actually see that much co-op or Tusk anymore. Tusk kind of got nerfed pretty hard, but people still pick him from time to time. Here's the thing. So I should point this out that the first game was on US East. The second game was on Lux, I believe, and now this game is also on US East. Let me check my ping. The answer to that question is yes, it is on US East. So that's pretty interesting. That's very important to note. So each team won on their own home server. So we'll wait and see if that's going to continue to be the case for compLexity.
Yeah, luckily, not like in Dota 1 where Europe to America was about a 3-second delay. Now you maybe a 0.5 second delay. It's not as big as it used to be, but it's definitely still there.
Yeah, and it's going to continue to still be there until we somehow get better internet, or I guess the internet as it is now is going to go. I don't think it's ever really going to change. I hope it does, but sadly, ping issues will always stay and always arise and continue to be that way. However, we'll see how it plays out.
I'm already Tidehunter. We've seen Tidehunter more in the last week than we have in like 2 years now.
Yeah, and it's not really worked out from what I've seen anyway. There's like been 1 or 2 teams that have picked it. I think I saw Shazam pick it. They got crushed with it. I saw DC pick it. They got crushed with it. So
I think Stake picked it as well, and they got beat. Yeah, it's not had a good run.
No. So this hero continues to get picked despite a negative win rate. Well, maybe not negative, but a poor win rate going his way. They'll pick up the Timbersaw for compLexity game, which is pretty damn good against side. With your Whirling Death, obviously, is pretty nice. The Strength Steal, but there are a lot of good heroes in this pool, and I'm surprised they picked the ones that I picked. Not necessarily surprised about AA, but about really every other hero. I think, okay, Morphling is very good. It's a very solid hero. It's get picks all the time. Terrorblade's pretty good. TA is very strong. Razor's very strong. Maybe even Omni and Lesh, but not the heroes that I've seen so far.
Okay. There's been TA's been in every single pool, and it has not been banned or picked once, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's a very good hero, but it's not particularly great against Quap mid. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not that great because of Shadow Strike still. Maybe they've already picked a Wind Ranger for what I imagine to be a Weehaw Wind Ranger who absolutely loves this hero. I mean, we saw what he could do with just a tiny mid lane. He got a freaking double rampage last game, but we'll see if he's going to be playing this Wind Ranger. And also Pycat loves playing Wind Ranger too, I should point out. It's a very good Pycat hero too, so.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the Weehaw. Weehaw's Wind Rangers reminds me of like Koroks and Dendies in like the TI3 era, where they were the ones going for like phase boots into straight blink, nothing else, and he kind of plays like that, and it's enjoyable Wind Ranger to watch.
Maybe not the slashers build where you just go phase Ags into your next, and you need like 2 items to actually damage when you get Ag, instead of like an Ags and like a crit or something.
Yeah, and Momma's Boy is just straight up. They have a lot of team fight. A lot.
Is this a support Phoenix is the question, because they already have a Tidehunter, or vice versa, I suppose.
I'm gonna guess Tidehunter support is my best. Yeah, I mean,
he's in jungle, I suppose.
I've been known to be wrong, but not often, That might be a support Tidehunter, Iron Talon, jungle kind of thing, with like the Treant they did first game.
Right, exactly. And Phoenix can't really get away with that. Just not great with Iron Talon or just jungling in general. You actually need bubbles. And Fort Phoenix is okay. I will wait and see. We'll see if you're correct, but they do pick up the Morphling with their last pick, as I talked about. Very good hero in this patch. And it's going to be very hard to take down if you're complexity. I think you need to get an Orca for Quap, probably, or just have to have enough damage to blow him up.
Yeah, and there's a read to see another 5th pick, Leshrac from Complexity Gaming. They could do with another support and throw Omni into the off lane and have Timber in the safe lane. Yeah, maybe they will.
We'll see. They have that tough support. Jesse's going to be playing the Quap now. The question is who's playing the Timber. It looks like it will be Swindle as Zefreak's picked up the Omni.
Yep, so Swindle to carry Leshrac.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I've seen him play it before. He's done a good job, so...
And Phoenix will be off lane, since we've seen Mass carry all 3 games playing that off lane, or, I mean, safe lane, but... Yep, so
an interesting draft, man. I'm pretty excited about this draft, actually. I don't know how you feel about it.
Me too. That the first AA level 6 and Tide level 6, that's going to be a huge fight for them. They can't afford to, like, waste those. And with the Tide Hunter, it's more of the threat of your ultimate against the other team than your actual ultimate yourselves. Like, they always have to be on their toes. After you use it and you win a team fight, then, I mean, you can't really team fight until the next one comes up, so we'll see how they play around it.
Yeah, it does come to that Ravage, I think, and you're absolutely right. And we'll wait and see how effective it's going to be with the rest of the team fighting. I mean, they have a lot of team fights, too. Ravage, like you talked about, AA Ultimate, Waveform, everything from Pycat, Yapstors, Supernova. So there's a lot of different abilities here that you have to fight around if you're Complexity. And Complexity is more sustained damage than anything, right? You look at it, and all of their ultimates, with the exception of, like, Zefreak, are pretty sustainable. And I guess for the Quap as well. So it's more of a sustained team fight versus big team fight.
It seems like a lot of these games, like last game, Zefreak put in a lot of work. Like that top fight, when they did get Rampage, he kept him alive so long. And with the Omni Knight, he's going to have the repels on point, especially against that Ravage.
Yeah.
Repel's only a Timber Saw, and just, you can go ham.
Oh, God. Timber Saw being repelled seems quite frightening. On top of the fact, if you get a heal bomb before you pop that repel onto somebody, that's going to be pretty frightening as well. So they have some good survivability. They have the AoE disruption in the Snowball if they can get a Blink Dagger up for Hanskin early on, or some neck or something.
Sorry, I just noticed they swapped heroes, so it is Tide in the offlane. Mass Carry is now on the Tide Hunter. They swapped during the pause. With an Iron Talon.
Phoenix support. No, Phoenix support for Yapstar. It's like, okay, what's happening? But yeah, you're right. Masquerade does have the Iron Talon. He also picks up the set of Tangos as well. We'll see if he goes for early, like, Anchor Smash and, like, Kraken Shell and Deck of the Ancients. We'll wait to see if that's going to be the case. Limp, meanwhile, is 8 Tangos. Gonna look for the top rune spot, but it is going to be contested by 3 heroes, actually 4 heroes from my Heart Mama's, aka Mama's Boys, and Jesse will pick up that bottom tier, or bottom bounty rune.
And both mids, of course, going for the Null. One going for double Fairy Fire, one going for the branch Fairy Fire. Fairy Fire, man, I still love that item. It's like the best item they've put in the game in like 5 years.
I remember when it came out, and I was one of the haters as well. I did not like that item. I just thought, I'm like, why? And now I realized the power that it's had, so.
I think because it makes the early game, like, a little more aggressive. People can dive, heal up, like Lotus Orbs and Glimmer Capes are all fun and stuff, but the simplest item makes for a better game.
Yeah, I agree with you. The idea that you could just run up and try to man-fight somebody early on because of a Fairy Fire is great stuff, so we'll wait and see if that's going to be effective. Limp versus the Tide Hunter top lane, and Limp will go for the early reactive armor, which is not really conducive to him zoning out or last hitting against the Tide Hunter. But this is going to be an aggro tri-lane versus defensive tri-lane, and it might be a good one at that. There's a lot of defensive prowess coming out from Complexity side, but there's a lot of damage coming out from Soxy, Yapsor, and Pycat as well. They have to be very careful with how they play this for both squads. And there's a good ward here, too, getting vision for Mama's Boys on top of that.
Yeah, and I think they might... Hanskin might know they have that, because he just got hit while he's in the jungle when the creeps didn't see him. I mean, that would be kind of lucky guess seeing that, but we'll see.
I don't think I saw a thing he might have. I didn't quite see it, but...
Yeah, it's all about if Hanskin traps one in and Swindle gets that stun off with the heal bomb, it's gonna be a good game. I don't really think Mama's Boy can initiate, per se. They definitely can't.
Complexity are the ones running at them anyways. They get the pull off. They actually see it because, oh, we got dewarded. The ward behind the camp got dewarded. Nicely done for Mama's Boys. There was one there for Complexity. Now they have no vision down in the bottom lane. Hanskin's in some trouble. There's going to be the cold feet chilling touch coming out. No cold feet just yet. There's going to be the heal bomb coming out. Hanskin is about to fall. First blood will go their way as Pycat gets him with the waveform, and now Complexity have to back away. There's the cold feet coming out in Swindle. He won't be able to get latched up with it. He's going to turn around for a moment and thought about stunning. Zefreak will get out. The Aura Spirit doing a lot of damage, but he'll salve up, and Swindle will have a couple of tangos as well, and they actually do get the rotation back from Hanskin. So he just didn't have Snowball. He couldn't really dodge a lot of that damage.
Yeah, and Swindle missed that stun on him. He canceled the stun once after the ice shards. Maybe he thought a fake out was coming, and once you have the chilling touch, that's so much damage.
And it's not like they're doing great in last hits either. You look at it, Pycat has currently 7, and Swindle will get some room to work with here, but they might just need to think about rotating Hero to back to that, another lane. I'm not sure.
It's going to be hard to get kills on either team. They don't really have a lockdown for Quap, and compLexity doesn't really have a lockdown for a win run from Wind Ranger.
Speaking of that matchup, how's it going mid lane? You can see right now, it's 8 lasts for Weehaw. Bottom. There's going to be a breakout of a fight here. Look at that ice shards, beautifully done. Swindle is pretty low. There's going to be the Icarus dive back forward as well. Wait for him, they'll grab the kill onto Swindle. Soxa will fall, but Hanskin doesn't have Snowball for 8. He's in trouble. Z-Freak doesn't have the mana to heal him up, and Yapsor will pick up a double kill. He's getting chased down by Dejanora, but Z-Freak might actually fall. He has to buy his boots up as well. He just doesn't have the mana to heal. If he did, he'd be able to just take this fight easily. Unfortunately, it's not the case.
Waveform in 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's got mana enough for waveform here in just a moment here, and there's going to be the waveform in the last right click for Pycat will secure the kill. And that is all 3 of those heroes dead for compLexity. They need to break up this tri lane. I don't see them sending all those heroes back to that bottom lane.
Yeah, Yopsor's slow. Like, all they have after their initial 3 spells are casting compLexity is their auto attacks, and you're against a Phoenix who's hitting fire spirits on all 3 of you every single time. They're doing nothing.
Been a pretty impressive display of power coming out from Yapsor. Done a great job. And it is just going to be Swindle down here for right now. It looks like Hanskin might rotate back in, but you can see the Omnite is heading towards that top lane. Z-Freak is like, I just want to pull and get experience and maybe like roam on mid, even though I'm not a great roamer, but just give me something, because right now I've got nothing. It's not been a great start for compLexity.
And I think Limp at level 6, if he does heal or do something, I think he can solo kill his Titanhunter pretty well, but Titanhunter just now bought a bottle, he'll be bringing it out.
And Limp does have a Mango plus wand charges if he wants to try to go for a kill, but he's not quite at level 6 yet. He's close. He needs maybe another creep wave here. And Z-Freak will allow him to get to that level 6 by pulling. And then maybe change.
Bottom lane, Yapsor chasing Swindle. Edict up though.
Edicts. And Yapsor can't walk up and try to man-fight. Maybe he can now with Soxa coming through. He's got Split Earth. There's the Cold Feet. The Icarus dive comes out as well. He'll pop the Fairy Fire only to die to the Fire Spirits soon thereafter. Almost getting into Snowball. Yapsor will still fall to the Snowball, but they love Swindle. Now Soxa's going to get jumped on. Shadow Strike will fly through. No Roar's Punch for Hanskin. He's only level 3. And so they'll trade a 1-for-1 engagement. That's not going to be really favor compLexity. They got a support Phoenix for their off-lane Swindle Leshrac.
And Swindle's having a rough. Luckily, he's such a low level. All these, he just TV back in and get all the experience. Pycat, level 5 treads, Aquila, and about 200 gold. He's having a good one bottom.
Yeah, he'll probably work on getting out like good Sphere later on down the road. Pretty nice. Maybe not. There's not. There's going to be an action happening. Ice Shards. Weehaw's going to go for the win. We're looking for Chesty. Sonic Wave will fly. Pops the Fairy Fire and stays alive. Weehaw's going to try to bottle through this damage. He will still fall in the end, but a better trade top now. A fight breaking out. Masquerade. He's going to get off. He's going to be able to get away for the time being, but the Rolling Death after the Timber Chain coming through and will be yet another kill for compLexity at the very least. But still, they're not getting the better end of these trades with the exception of that kill in the top lane.
Yeah, and Queen of Pain had both her Fairy Fires up that entire time. Weehaw was the only one who popped his and got the kill.
Yeah, maybe Swindle is going to get caught. There's the Cold Feet plus the jumping from the Icarus dive will be enough to get the kill on the waveform. Will be the last hit for Pycat, who now has, as you mentioned, an Aquila and Treads, and maybe even almost Wand here. All of the early game items close to being completed. Pretty damn devastating if you're Momma's boys. That's so tough to deal with at this point.
This is looking really good for Momma's boy. This Morphling already level 6 at 6 minutes in. That's been like a full tri-lane almost.
Yeah.
Middle lane, we're going to see a Yapsor knows the runes taking, pings it out.
Top lane, they're trying to converge on a Masquerade, but he does get the fall. And he's also got a great ward that's been here since the beginning of the game. He's about to finally fall. And Masquerade is up to Boots Bottle, as you talked about. Might go for our Arcanes. More than likely, could just go Blink. And will he be the one getting that? Maybe Yapsor's the one to pick it up. He does have his Urine of Shadows. There's going to be the Shadow Shot like Chessie. Beautifully done, but he blinks away. No way they can really catch him. The focus fire, rather, the power shot will not grab the kill. Meanwhile, top Masquerade is going to get caught. There's going to be the repel coming through. Rolling Depths up in 2. They've got the Timber Chain. He's going to cancel. He's got Chakram in 1. He goes a little bit further behind the tower than he wanted, so he's going to try to take you out. There's the Ravage coming in. Limp has made a huge mistake as the Sunray will fall. The Chakram will only go for a moment after he's died. Down bottom, Soxa getting caught out. Rather, it's Pycat doing the catching out, and they're going to find Swindle looking for Hanskin as well. They've got Waveform up. While Hanskin is a little bit too tanky, he's got too much HP for them to grab this kill. And 2 kills going the way of Momma's boys. Now Chessie will jump in. They get the kill on Pikehead. A much needed one as Chessie comes through the screen pain and blink. And Zox will get zoned out. They won't find that kill, but Chessie finally gets a pickup here for his team.
And there are the mana boots on Tide. Yeah, Chessie, that rotation was super needed. Pikecat dying in and picking up the kill. Chessie really needed that because he is a little bit behind.
And look at the net worth. It's 1,500, almost 2,000 in favor of Momma's boys. You can see it in a net worth chart. The only one even close to the rest of the squad of Momma's boys is Chessie on compLexity side. You look at Swindles, he's 3rd to last in net worth. His Z-Freak is last. And then the Tusk is right below the Timbersaw, which is not particularly great, but, you know, it could be worse, I suppose.
Yeah, this last try, Swindle, this is the roughest I've seen him have it in a long time.
Pikecat getting chased down. He's going to have to strength more. If the ice shards will come through, it'll only clip him and do some damage in that regard, but not any blockage, so.
They're buying Swindle room now. He's actually level 6, so he got a lot of room top just in that last minute.
And it's not like he doesn't do that much damage when he has, like, level 4 Edict and, like, Pulse Nova. Like, if they could take a team fight that is prolonged and avoid a Ravage, I'm sure they can actually win, or at least kill a couple of people for Momma's boys. Maybe not win the fight outright, but I don't know. It's tough.
TP bottom, we might see TP bottom by Yop, so we might see initiation from them.
2 versus 3 down this bottom lane. Vimp and Hansuke trying to get some vision. They see Pikecat in the jungle. They might have seen the Absorb. They're going to try to go for the Ice Shard. Sax will be able to just avoid that by getting last hits. There's going to be the Ice Vortex. Hansuke's going to get chased down. Pikecat is his waveform. They have no really way to catch Hansuke out, though, so they'll be able to walk away, so the initiation is not quite there for Momma's boys.
Now it's settled down a little bit after the 14 kills in 8 minutes.
Wow, that is a lot, actually, Gear Ward. Yeah, that's a decent amount.
Yeah, I think putting Timber bottom makes a big difference with that level 3 Timber Chin. He can get away a lot easier than a Leshrac can.
So if you go back and you look at the early start of this game, would you suggest that maybe he just goes down there in the first place, or?
I think getting him, he needed the level. I think he would have died just a bunch if he didn't have the levels he has now.
Okay.
I think they played the lane wrong bottom, and Momma's boy played it perfectly, just letting Cole go onto them and played the long con on him.
Yeah. Well, this will provide at least some more room for Swindle, as you talked about top lane. He's putting some pressure on that tier 1 tower, which will inevitably forward it up, which they already did, and they can TP in as well with 2 of their heroes. Excuse me, they're going to send an Ice Blast up to the top lane. Swindle will try to take the tower down. He'll get it done, but he might get caught because of it. Jacker Shot will fly long range, but won't be able to connect and lash onto a tree line. We all will continue to chase him. He's got Wind Run, he's got Focus Fire, and he's got a double damage room. But here comes Hansuke, the snowball in as well. Swindle's gonna get caught, but there's the Walrus Punch. They get the splitters off, they get the kill, and Swindle will stay alive with 30 HP in the tank. Now limp down bottom lane. There's the Icarus side. The Cold Feet throw the waveform, and that is a kill going their way. Alright, a pretty big kill for both squads when it's all said and done.
Yeah, but Swindle gets the kill and the tower, and that's the turnaround he needed.
Yeah.
It's huge.
1,200 gold plus level 8 now, Grant. He's up to halfway in about now. Actually, a little bit behind Weehaw. Weehaw's now struggling after that initial, I guess, okay laning phase. He didn't have the most
bottom
last
lane.
hits,
Pikehead will just get it.
they have a sentry here. Oh, they see Chessie. They notice that he's here. Chessie, if he blinks in, he can maybe get this kill, but Pikehead can try to avoid it. He's gonna replicate. Oh, he's gonna go for the replicate. He knows that Chessie's behind him.
That Phoenix is looking funky. The replicate.
Yeah, it is. Like, sort of on fire, but not really.
Go Bronco.
Oh, no. No,
Well,
no.
got him.
Oh, dear. I'm sorry, Chessie. That's gotta feel not great. Really great bait, though, and a good sentry ward placement, honestly, coming up from Momma's boys.
Yeah, Momma's boy just playing a tad bit better right now, and that's the difference.
Dunked on him right there. The bait from the good old replicate, and this will give some room for Masquerade top lane. Looks like he's going to be heading towards that blink tag.
Good stun by Swindle.
Now bottom, they're going to pick up the kill. The splitter comes out. The Ice Blast coming through. Will actually not even hit with the debuff. Oh, it does hit with the debuff, but not actually connected in terms of the actual damage. Well, Chessie in trouble, but here's going to be the rotation in from Hansuke, and they're going to pick the kill on the Wind Ranger and Pikecat. Now in trouble, but here comes the Ravage, hitting on to 2. Now they're going to use the Scream of Pain as well. Pikecat in trouble. They don't have the Sonic Wave. Hansuke has to back away. Chessie's slowed up. And look at that freaking frozen sigil helping out for them trying to get away. Masquerade with the gush is not able to do enough damage there, and they actually lose a 1-for-1 in the process, I believe.
And that is not bad for compLexity. Again, Swindle gets the bottom tower, and they only lose the Timber. Meanwhile, Weehaw goes down. So Swindle's happy. He's like, man, I'm glad no one's going for me anymore. I'm just getting free towers, free everything.
Yeah, level 8 still, but now up to 1,600 gold. Next item. Oh, hold that thought. Mid lane, there's going to be a catch-up potentially. Snowball comes through. Yapzor is going to be in trouble. There's the Screaming Pain. Gets off the Supernova. The Purification will come out. They're going to try to back away from this. They don't want to get sent up. There's going to be the power shot. They're out of range now of the AoE from Supernova, and they will be able to back away. So that's down. Plus no Ravage. But we'll see if compLexity can defend this without a lot of their own abilities and a lot of the sustain they need.
And Mac on Tide coming down on the chicken now.
Huge. I thought he was going to go Blink, but that's not the case. Focus Fire. Pycat's putting some pressure here on this tier 1 tower as well as he's gone back and gotten some help. And then replicated back in. And it looks like this tier 1 tower will fall. Whether or not they can deny it, it remains to be seen. No, he instead goes for the Shadow Strike, and Pycat has to wait for more than now. Strength Morph as well. While that was happening, Limp was putting pressure on the 2-2 tower top lane. He's up to 2,300 gold, so... Ooh, a Veil picks up. Damn. I like it.
And a Blink on the Timber Saw. They're going... They want to take team fights now in the next, like, 5-8 minutes. They're pretty much going in on the early game here.
Yeah. Picked up the Blink for the Timber. They're ready to go. Ravage is down for 45 seconds. If they want to get into a team fight, now would be the most optimal time to do so. They have a smoke potentially on the courier. They have one on Hansky. They're going to back up, and I think they're going to use it here. With 4 heroes in the vicinity, Swindle will get caught with it too. Meanwhile, this is going to leave Chessie farming mid lane. They could use him, but he could blink in. He's going to be going for the Orchid, as I talked about earlier, with that Oblivion staff, and they're going to head bottom for Saksa. He's not the best target to pick up, but, I mean, it kills a kill unless they roam on mid and go behind the tower and try to find Yapzor or something.
Radiant's middle tower
case, actually.
Yeah, look at Teal already TP'd out this. I mean, Teal pinged out the smoke. They don't know they're there, but it's a reasonable guess.
Yeah, maybe an obvious smoke coming in, but looks like compLexity aren't going to find anything off the back end of this. Swindle will actually push, so they know that this is happening now.
Oh, big AO.
Well, on the Swindle, he's going to get caught. He's actually going to have to back away. He's taking a lot of damage. Sunray is going to go. He's actually going to shadow to this. Now they're going to fight, though. Here comes the Whirling Death, but they get off a great Supernova. Sonic comes in, and Weehaw might fall, but they get the Ravage off, and Z-Freak is going to be in trouble. No Purification available. Yapzor gets a double kill because of his Supernova. Great fight. Now Limp's going to have to Timber Chain away, but will not get far. The Chakram will fly. He's about to fall. He does have stick charges. He'll be able to Timber Chain away, but the Earn Charge and Sunray coming out, and Yapzor gets a triple kill. Now Shackle Shot will fly and latch beautifully into Hansky. They get off the Ice Shards, rather the Ice Vortex. They get off the Power Shot as well. Here comes the Ice Blast coming in. Chessie's about to shatter. Hansky will go down. They get the kill on the Weehaw, but it is a 1-for-5 trade, or about to be, as Hansky, well, he might actually make it out alive. If the Earn Chart comes out, but here's going to be the rotation coming through from Masker. He actually can't fight him. He's juked his way further into the jungle. He'll be able to TP out. He will survive, but it is still a 4-for-1 trade. And Mama's Boy gets a huge advantage after that fight.
That was a perfect AA ult on the Quap and the Leshrac, and then Yapzor could just fly in, throw all that damage out, and Swindle had no chance of living. I mean, heal doesn't do much versus AA's ult.
Yeah. Was Pycat even there, man?
I don't believe he was, no. He was just farming it up.
He's
got that link in about 1k.
Yeah, he's very farmed. About to get caught by Yapzor, but he's able to Timber Chain away just fine. Speaking of Veil, another one is picked up for Yapzor. So Veil on each side, which is pretty uncommon this early on in the game. I think that's a good item, and I wish more people would buy it, but they seem to have listened.
They knew. They're like, Mount would appreciate this.
Yeah.
Veil on each side. We barely see a Veil on one side.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Yapzor could be in trouble. No, they don't go for him.
I'm just down bottom with the Blink Dagger. They could try to go on to Mask Creep, but it's a hard target to bring down, especially with the mech, so he'll back away. And Weehaw kind of had a rough start. He's up to a point booster now. That's it. So it's not a really great start for him still. He's like below halfway now, where he's below Swindles now at this point.
Yeah, these item choices, you can make all the difference in mid. You know, see the Blink Dagger on Limp's not doing much because they haven't like run around the map and gang much. He's just been farming neutrals, so they still want that mid tower, but they're not going to overcommit.
I think it's hard to. First of all, they can't find Pycat. Secondly, even if they did, he could just replicate out. And they are playing very passively, I think, for Mama's Boys. They're not really getting caught on the wrong side of the map. So, and this just allows Pycat to farm even faster. And when he gets that Lincoln Sphere, he might want to fight. He might want to wait for his next item, like the Ethereal Blade, more than likely, or Mantis Style or something. But we'll wait and see if that's actually the case. He might just go Mantis because there is going to be an Orchid up here for Jesse pretty soon, but maybe I'll win there. And they get the shackle shot on Z-Freak. He's got Purification. He'll get it off just in time. Now he gets the repel off as well, and they won't be able to secure this kill. Han's getting limp. We're looking to go from the backside, but Yapster seems to know this. They have a ward on the other side of the river. So that's only going to be more time wasted as they're pushing top lane. But we'll have to rotate up and go ahead and clear this out.
Jesse about 500 away from his Orchid, though, and that'll be, he could start getting pickoffs on Pycat by himself. He does that. Pycat's sitting on a lot of HP, though, with that Linken's. He's like, yeah, I'm not getting picked off.
Yeah. He'd have to Shadow Strike Linken, or Shadow Strike and Orchid right after. That's just not going to work. Swindle's going to get caught with the Ice Splash. Will do some damage, but not nearly enough to bring him down. However, they're looking to jump in with Masquerade and Pycat. That's not going to be the case. The blink is done for Masquerade, but he doesn't have it yet. It's on the courier currently, or about to be, rather. So what will happen is that Complexity will split push. Weehaw will rotate down to the bottom lane, power shot, and clear out the creep if it's possible. So there's just a lot of split farming again, split pushing. Weehaw will get hit up with the Ice Shards, but he'll be able to back away.
You see a little more careful play. I mean, both teams, all it takes is one more win and they're in.
It's a very tight game so far. Mama's boys have that 4,000 net worth advantage, which is not much, all things considered, but we'll wait and see. There's the Orchid now done for the Quap.
Yeah, Blink done for the Tide. He's actually Mech, Blink, Arcane Boots. He's looking good.
Yeah, he's very farmed. He's second in net worth, actually, which is pretty damn impressive for an offlane Tide Hunter. Ice Blast stealing top lane. It's not going to end on the Swindle. If he walks in, it might, but... Yes, he walks underneath a Sentry Ward, and the Shackle Shot will come out. The Focus Fire, and Jesse is done to a gush from Masquerade. He just walks in, unfortunately, to a Linken Sphere, or rather, not to God, to a Sentry Ward he was not expecting. I don't know why it's linked so strange. So, nonetheless, Pycat has
top lane now. Pycat's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage, but he's going to be able to get Strength Morph and go to work. And he's got now up to 1,000 HP just from Strength Morph. God. Can't kill him, man. They just can't do it.
They can't. Even with that Whirling Blade, they were close. He was at about 200 HP, but after that, he just heals up all the way.
It's going to be the biggest issue, I think, this game is killing Pycat. Not impossible, but...
It's not, just a good Whirling Death and a good Orchids from Quap, and they could take him, but that means you're leaving everyone else alone.
Complexity needed to find some extra farm for themselves. Even their most net worth hero is...
Gets veiled up.
The Sunray actually does so much damage. He's going to die to an Ice Blast. Oh, he just misses it. The Urn Charge will take him down. The Snowball will avoid it. Yapster is going to go ahead and pop the Supernova to get the kill. A nifty play, but this will allow Swindle and Complexity to get in a better position. Swindle, however, has to hit a stun. Icarus dive. He's trying to make sure he gets it off the time. Here's the repel. The Veil will come out. The Lightning Storm coming through, but not enough. Yapster is going to be able to get away. Meanwhile, Shack Shut will fly to Z-Freak, but Weeha's caught in a bad position now as the Pulse Nova and Edict are going through. Wind Run's about to end, and can't quite chase him down. The Lightning Storm is up and ready to go. Meanwhile, Yapsor still looking to go to work. Chessie was caught in the backside, meanwhile. Still the Ravage used by Masquerade in the river. They will find Weeha in the end. He actually will stay alive for now. Wow, this is impressive. He's juking and jiving. Yapsor is low. The Sunray not doing enough to get a kill. We will finally go down to Limp and the Whirling Death. The Ice Blast will come in, and that'll be that. They do end up getting that other kill onto Yapsor. It's a dominator we picked up for Swindle. It's the strangest fight I've ever seen.
Yeah, the Titanite literally just got a solo kill in the river.
Yeah.
On it. And, well, that's interesting. But Complexity does get a few kills. Yeah, Ravage for Quam, that's great.
The most net worth here on Complexity's side, and I completely agree with the side. That kill's pretty damn big. So now his Guardian Grade is supposed to bring your Lord.
So, just cheaping back home.
Oh, are they gonna find Pycat here? Linken Sphere's been popped. They have Orchid. And I think he used it to break that Linken Sphere. Yeah, he did. Something, I don't know what happened.
And they just don't have the... After he used that initial punch from the Tusk, they just don't have any shutdown on him.
Yeah,
can't
that's...
snowball.
I mean, they can't kill him. And Pycat has yet to die this game, I believe. He's died once, actually. He's got 10,000 net worth. BPM of 475. He continues to farm up. Shackle Shot will go into a creep, almost sitting on a Z-Freak. Not so lucky, though. Ice Blast is going to come in. It'll hit on the Z-Freak, it looks like. That'll be the case. The Icarus dive comes through. And pop up the repel to try to stay alive and not take that damage coming in from the Frostbite of the Ice Blast. Like away.
Yeah, I think compLexity's playing it right now. They just need to get a few more items. Like that fight bottom, they just got kited around a little bit. In the end, they took down multiple people. Now Weeha's in a lot of trouble mid.
Yeah, he's
get
gonna
body
get caught,
blocked, but
it's fine actually, because they've got the artillery coming up from the Yapster with the Sunray. Top lane, Hanskin waiting for him. Pycat gets a solo kill. And now looking for the second one as Chessie is in the tree line. Massacre doesn't have Ravage, but with a Blink Dagger, he can chase out and look for that kill, but Chessie's able to TP back to home. And Pycat continues to farm, now getting the Yasha for the inevitable Manta Stop pickup, as I talked about earlier, to avoid that Orchid level in silence. That's a pretty huge pickup.
Yeah, the only saving grace for Cole is that Repel is going to be so big late game versus the A, Blast, and Ravage. And Last Shrek almost has his Octarine or Bloodstone. Not really sure which one he wants to go here.
Probably, I mean, I imagine Bloodstone first, but I don't know. Limp's gonna jump in onto Soxa down bottom. The Cold Feet's about to fly. They get off the Lightning Storm. Split Earth is not there to grab the kill, and Limp is actually in a lot of trouble. They've all rotated in. Massacre will find the gush and Anchor Smash to provide himself the kill. Easily done. And Mama's boys, they get dove bottom lane, and they respond appropriately.
Yeah, and AA still going for that late. You'll see all AA's going for Midas. So about 300 off for that 25-minute. Just get the levels he needs. Well, Pycat split pushes.
He stopped off at the bracer earlier, and had he not stopped off for that, he might have either A, died a lot further, or B, actually had the nice this time, but it doesn't really matter. But he's very close to it now. Cliff will come out, Hansen will be able to deny this tier 2 tower top lane, but Pycat is... I feel like he's almost playing this like a broodmother. He's always top. I've not seen him not top except for the beginning of this game. He split pushed effectively enough to grab a tier 2 tower out of it.
Yeah, and once he gets that level 3 ult, he can just make an image anytime, be in a fight within the next minute. He's playing really well.
And Voidstone pick for the Tidehunter. Is this one likely? It's going to be
Refresher,
right?
Yeah. And he has a gem now.
Yeah, that's huge. And he's going to take an HG stack from too.
He's the highest level in the game, jeez.
And I think he's just a little bit under the Morphling in terms of net worth. Somehow this game is still 5,000 net worth in favor of Mama's Boys. It feels like it should be more, but Dwindle's going to get caught, I think, here in this bottom lane. Cold Feet. Ice Blast, the first dive didn't really connect. He's going to go ahead and CP away, and he'll make it out in time. A little bit more dangerous than I thought it would be, but the Cold Feet didn't latch enough for them. I think they need to save the Cold Feet to stop them from keeping.
Yeah, just chase him around. Limp still just farming. Looks like he's probably going to go for a Yules. It could be a Aghanims, but see most Timbers go for the Yules.
Yeah, especially this early when you don't have a lot of mana. I think it's going to be Yules.
Weeha does have his Ags a little bit late, but he's got it, and that's what matters. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
we haven't really seen a big team fight, from like Tide or AA. Just hasn't really been one. I think that's good for Cole, but yeah, they don't. But somehow Mama's Boys find like solo kills on Quaps and stuff up top lane.
Massacre has a Invis Rune plus Ravage at the ready, and this is going to be a two-man Ravage, or it would be until he got the Repel off. Now Pycat's going to get caught with the Chakram. He's actually going to have to wait for him away as the Rolling Death came through. It's a lot of damage. Repel is about to wear off. They have Ravage at the ready, and Repel is done right now. And there's going to be the Ravage coming out. Repel is about to go, but now Limp is destroyed by Massacre's Gush, as well as the right click from Pycat to wait for him. And that's a double kill coming from Massacre's Tidehunter, and now that's even more room for Mama's Boys to work with.
After last game, he's like, nah, that's not my full potential. I'll show you play a harder offlaner and play it perfectly, and his Tidehunter, that was a perfectly timed Ravage. He was just clicked on Omni, 0.1 second, he just casts ult and blows him up.
Waits right for that Repel to come out, and that's huge. I mean,
there's the Manta.
They'll pick up the gem for the Z-Freak. Omni Knight, meanwhile, Chessie almost got shackled and brought down. Weeha with the right click is doing a lot of damage. Here is going to be the Walrus Punch, Sonic Wave, and this should be a dead Weeha. The Cold Feet will come out, the Chilling Touch as well. They'll pick up Chessie, that's the gem on the deck. That's Weeha's gem, but they'll grab it and they'll get a double kill for Yapster with the Sunray. So much damage Yapster's actually owning. And meanwhile, back at the base, Pycat's taking a tier 3 tower. They'll get up a couple of heroes. They're going to TP in. Pycat can just go ahead and wait for him away at this point. He's also got his Lincoln Spirit, so they can't take him down. But still, the tier 3 tower is gone, Grant, in this top tier 3 area.
Yeah, this is how they should have played that first game. Now they're playing this third game perfectly. Yeah. Finding the pickoffs and... Ooh, middle lane. Swindle's in a lot of trouble.
There's going to be the Lightning Storm, but he's going to get caught with the Ice Shard, or rather the Ice Blast and the Cold Feet. Swindle's going to get caught and gets destroyed, actually. I think he has a Bloodstone, too, and he just lost 3 freaking charges of his Bloodstone. And he just picked that up, too. Oh, God.
Yeah, Tide's only about 2k off his refresher. I think at that point they might try to just 5v5.
Can they roast yet? I think they can. If they want to. It looks like that's not going to happen. They have Ags for the win rage, as we've talked about. Picat's very farm with his Manta style, and never really getting a Ethereal Blade probably afterwards. Picks up his Ghost Scepter next.
Yeah, we'll see. It's either going to be a Scotty or an Blade.
Uh-oh. Fight breaking out. Hanskin, Shackle Shot won't last. Picat going to work with the, of course, Replicate back in. They're going to go ahead and snowball. There's going to be a great Supernova, but they'll actually get zoned out. Ice Blast will not connect. And it's going to be a Adaptive Strike to pick up the first kill. They're looking for Chessie, but he can blink out now. The Shadow Strike will go. He'll be able to blink away. The Power Shot's not there to grab the kill. Picat's kind of screwed up, but still. They're going to jump in Masquerade. He's got Ravage in 7 seconds. Doesn't have the mana for it now with Guardian Greaves coming out. Chessie, Adaptive Strike. Great heal, but the waveform comes through. It's not enough damage to bring it down, but with the Absol, it is as he gets off the Fire Spirit. They've got Ravage ready to go. The Repel will fly, but not nearly in time. And Swindle, they'll fall as they lose 4 heroes on the complexity side. And the last one is going to be Limp, and it's going to be a 5-man wipe. All 5 will go down on complexity side, and now Momma's Boys has this game in the palm of their hand as they'll transition this maybe into Roche, maybe into a tier 2 tower, maybe into both as they get a great team fight going their way.
Just a perfect team fight from him, even though that Omni's ult was really good, but Tide's ult wasn't even up, and right when it came up, he just blasted and hit all the last 3 remaining people.
Ravage was absolutely crucial for that fight, and Picat just did so much damage. Morphling is back, baby. That hero, pretty good.
They have not had one bad Ravage. It's hard to say that in a game, and they really haven't had one bad one.
Masquerade has, I think, transitioned from the poor game he had in game number 2, and even game number 1, where he didn't have the greatest game, to this 3rd game, which has been absolutely beautifully done from him. The Tidehunter, he is the 2nd in net worth. He's the highest level in the game, I believe, still. He's actually tied with the Morphling. How many last hits does he have? 125. So this is all with not that much farm, actually, you think about it in terms of last hits. And he's gonna have his refresher here in, you know, about 1,000 gold. It's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, we haven't seen Chessie really do much in this mid-ish going into the late game after those early ganks bottom. I think they're just looking for farm and they're not finding it.
That's really the story of this game. They couldn't find farm bottom. They couldn't get kills bottom. They found a little bit of farm top and mid for them in the early stages of this game, but since then...
Middle lane.
Yeah, there's going to be the Ice Blast coming through. Weeha's going to look for the Shackle. Focus Fire will not be able to bring him down. He'll take a lot of damage. Power Shot almost clipped him, and if it did, it would have been the kill probably from the Shatter, but that's not the case. He'll be able to back up, bottle up, and regen back in the well.
And if AA goes... I mean, I assume he's going to go Aghanims. That would have been a kill, too.
Strike, Picat, waveform in. There's the great purification. Now Picat's going to have to regen up using his strength more, but he'll try to right-click him down. Chakram will go. Limp has realized he stayed too long. He misses the Timber Chain. He actually might die to a waveform here. He'll replicate in. One more right-click will do the job. Waveform to catch him out. And now Soxa, Cold will actually get the kill with his right-click. That's a huge kill, and just casually they pick it up. Meanwhile, back towards mid, Hanskin's going to get caught. Weeha's low. The Sunray will keep him alive, though. Now the Ice Shards will take him down. Great nuke from Hanskin, and now Yapsor is going to have to do this on his own. The Supernova will fly. They're going to try to right-click it down. He is rather tanky with, of course, level 2 or 3, I believe. And they're going to get the kill, though, with Swindle. Just right-clicking it down. Meanwhile, though, Chessie will fall to Soxa. It's really just Chessie, or rather, Swindle alone now. He's going to get a Splitter Cup, as well as the Lightning Storm Edict and Cold Stone. That gets him himself a double kill. Back up to 6 stacks. Actually gets a mega kill spree from the Ancient Apparition, getting up to 3,700 gold. They're roaming in. They've got Sea Freak and Swindle nearby, but here comes Picat with the Adaptive Strike. Stunning him up. There's the Ravage. Just not a Sea Freak, essentially, as Repel has gone through. The waveform will fly. That's going to be the Gem of True Sight dropped in the deck. They'll grab that. They'll back away. They aren't going to go for Swindle, and it looks like they will secure themselves 4 kills and just about the Refresh Orb here for the Tidehunter.
Yeah, only about 300 gold needed. Looked like a good fight from complexity in that, like, the 2 individual fights. Complexity gets 2 kills middle, and then Tide comes again with the Ravage. Only hits on Z-Freak, but they pick him off and he hit the gem, so definitely worth it.
Every team fight, complexity just can't quite find that farm. Those heroes to get them some kills. Luckily, Swindle's able to get up to a point booster now, which is great, but...
Yeah, once he gets that Octarine, it'll help, but, I mean, with only him doing damage running around with Repel, that's going to do a lot, but they're going to need that Quap, like a Quap Aghanims ulti. It looks like he might be going BKB first, though.
Double alive, but still. Back to this game. Weeha's got his Blink Dagger now, so still looking for that second damaging item after getting the Aghanims in, and he's almost up to his level 3 ultimate, which is great, but still, like, some sort of damage with it. That's
and it is Scotty.
Oh god, Picat doesn't even go for the shotgun. He says, give me the Scotty instead. Ice Blast will come through, and it'll hit on Z Freak and Swindle, looks like. Really? Gonna push down mid now.
And AA actually went Diffusal, not Aghanims, for the Omni Knight.
That is
It's a new
really
one.
nice.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They have no reason not to take this fight now.
From
So he's
behind,
gonna get stunned up with the adaptive strike. Pycat's gonna go to work and right click him down, but he does have to repel on him now. Now they're gonna diffuse it off, and that's not great. Purification will fly. They might have to use the Guardian Angel here. The Shackle Shot will fly, and he just dies. He'll go down. Meanwhile, jumping in his Pycat. Look at him go to work against Z-Freak. He's got Guardian Angel. He's going to have to purify himself. He'll repel himself as well. They don't have the Diffusal Blade for Pycat. He's just right-clicking him down. So tanky. Waveform's up. Last couple of right-clicks, the Guardian Angel will go, and Pycat is corralling them into the base. The Walrus Punch will fly. The Ice Blast will sail through, and Z-Freak will get obliterated by that blast. Now the Refresher goes. The Ravage will fly through. They'll get Chessie. 4 dead. A GG is called just like that. And Momma's boys will move on to the group stages of Captain's Draft 3.0. Congratulations to them. What a series coming out from this Radiant squad.
Yeah, holy smoke. So, I mean, they come in with an 8-game losing streak, a 4-game winning streak in DC Cavs tournament. They just keep pushing through in this tournament. They can't be stopped here.
Yeah, this is their... And, you know, it's not even just this tournament. Back when they were called Four Clovers
and a Leprechaun.
Yeah, they actually owned in elimination mode. So they seem to really thrive in these strange tournament environments, Grant. But any closing thoughts before we head into our second series?
Just Pycat, Masker played that game perfectly. Pretty much carried their team. That laning phase bottom should not have gone the way it did.
Yes.
And because it did, Pycat just got so much farm and whatnot early. He just snowballed through.
An impressive display from Pycat. Guys, I want to thank you all for joining us here for Dota Cinema and moonducktV's Captain's Draft 3.0. Of course, we are going to have somebody else taking over. I have to actually head out. Shannon is going to be here. Sunsfin will be here for the next round, which will be, of course, DC versus Rock's Kiss. Of course, if you've enjoyed the cast, make sure you follow us at Mothdoda for myself, at Grant for Grant, and at Pitmuckle for JJ, our observer and producer. It's been an absolute pleasure casting for you guys. I will see you next time